begin coming in. Wow, I am having all kind of issues this morning. Live Sunday morning, 10:35. I'm 5 minutes late. Sorry, I was on another room doing something silly. Had not realized that I'd set it up for a week from now. Jeremy, okay, you found me. Good. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Jeremy, I'm not going to be bringing you up right now. It'll be at least 30, 45 minutes. We're going to chat a little bit about what we're talking about. Tristan Gaines is in the room. DB, good to have you. We're not going to be talking about bearish weekly divergence on financial instruments today. We're going to be talking about something else. And I get to start all over. Jeremy's probably the only one that heard me talking about Christmas. So I literally scheduled next week. I used that one. Jeremy and other people probably sitting over there having no clue what's going on, but there's no room. So apologies for my amateurish. I need to find somebody that can help me actually organize some of this stuff. I can't do all this. Merry Christmas, Hitch Slap. Good to have you in the room, buddy. If you guys could just repost the room, let's get this going. Hitch Slap, by the way, if you guys don't know him, very, very interesting character. I met him maybe 6 months ago. He and I had a little bit of an intellectual challenge, which I thought was fine. I don't know why people got to get all irritated about having a intellectual challenge. Where are you reading comments from, YouTube or X? Oh, well, that's a great question, man. Anyway, Hitch Slap just crossed, I think, 15,000 followers. He reads. I don't know if he's still doing this. People should ask him. I think he studies a subject a year. I thought that was fascinating. Study one subject in depth, and he'll go in spaces and talk about those subjects. So if you don't know him, follow him. He's a cool cat. He's from Australia, and I have enjoyed knowing him. So thank you for being here this morning, buddy. So what are we talking about today, guys? We are talking about all the stuff we have been talking about. I think this is number 7, Church 7, Sunday 7. We continue to have quite a few people come here. I've been absolutely stunned that 2, 3, 4, 5,000 people on a Sunday morning want to come and talk about something other than, like, I get tired of talking about money and success and failure and challenging and always being a champion and always like competing and money and Bitcoin. It's boring. At the end of the day, if you told me I had, 13 minutes to live or 13 days or 130 days, most of the stuff we talk about every day, I wouldn't spend 12 seconds on. Nor would you. I think we waste a lot of time, actually. I waste a lot of time. I'll speak for myself. And hopefully this is all going to tie together. I think what I'm trying to say is that if I spent more time manifesting the future, maybe I put it more positively. I spend more time manifesting my life, the future of the world, the future of you, than I do spending time on silly things or things that don't matter. For instance, if I spent 47 minutes in a Twitter space and they're talking a bunch of crap, why did I stay? Yeah, I stayed because it's easy to stay there. Might be a little entertaining, but I find myself sometimes, if I'm in a room and I'm doing something and I start getting irritated, I immediately ask myself, okay, why am I getting irritated? Let's say I get irritated at Hitch Slap. Why am I getting irritated at him? Oh, it's probably because I should be doing something else, right? I should be manifesting my future or exercising the muscle to manifest that future. By that, I mean, it's easier for me to sit in a room, not doing this, by the way. This is hard. But sitting in a room, listening, yakking, maybe or maybe not participating, when I could spend another hour and a half trying to paint. Painting for me has been extremely valuable to me as a human being. I mean, I cannot even tell people how much I've learned. Uh, and about 5 years ago, I started saying, "Hey, I am an artist. I am an artist. I am a good artist." And so, if I'm having this manifestation, I have a great life. I am a great leader. Um, I am an artist. I am a really awesome communicator. I am a great teacher. Once I have set that thought into my beingness, into me, and once I have communicated that to you, this is why I love communicating. I've heard a number of people say that you should never share your goals. I totally disagree with that. Okay. I need to broadcast my goals off the charts, dude. Once I know what my goal, mission, purpose, short term or long term, the hack I do is I tell everyone, "Hey, I'm an artist, dude. I am an artist." Now, it's very hard for me to say these words. Okay. Like it is very, very hard uh, for me to say those words. There's something in me that says, "Oh, what arrogance," or, uh, "You're a horrible artist," or "Why would anyone think," just all the stuff that you also experience as a human being, doubt, insecurity, it kicks in big time. It literally wants me not to say I am an artist. Now, let's think of this rationally, right? It cannot be rational that why would I get so weird about that? Because the truth is, I have probably 40, I don't know. I probably have 500 paintings sitting in a garage that I did, maybe more. Okay, at least 1,000 sketches of doodles, and I mean, I probably have 50 books sitting around this house. In fact, I pack a small suitcase with doodle work. I'm getting ready to go away, and I'll carry a small suitcase with. So the point is, wow, I spent a lot of time, energy, money. I got books all over the place. I'm always doing this. Yet I can't say I am an artist, much less I am a good or a great artist. Okay, so that's one example, and I think people struggle with this all the time. This is the indicator to me that I should go in that direction. Seriously, okay? Look, I am never going to say I am a great fisherman. I don't want to fish the necessary time it would take for me to do what I have seen other fishermen capable of doing uh, with a rod and reel. It's unbelievable what some people can do. Well, the truth is, a jackhammer, one of those, you ever see those forks that guy can pick up just a piece of paper? They're freaking geniuses, okay? Now, they didn't just go, "Gosh, I am the most awesome tractor puller on the planet." He might have said that. He might have said he's a great engineer, but most likely he said that, and then he started operating with a unit over and 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 over. I don't know if you've ever heard this theory of the 10,000 hour rule, but I have totally believe it. I had never heard of it. I was literally sitting around thinking one day when I was introduced to paint. My ex-wife, at the time she was my wife, brings me down. The kids and her go down into a basement and they start painting, and I went down with them. And when they left, I kept going. I was like, "Wow, this is really cool." And so I was introduced to something. I had all this energy going. What are you doing? What are you doing? Painting. And then I said, "You know what? I think if I do this enough," so I did it enough, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm getting a little bit better. I'm at least getting comfortable with the paint." I refused. I refused to look at a paint wheel or look at a I didn't want to go to a class. I was just like, hey, just let's see what happens if I do something 2 or 3 hours, 4, 5, 6 hours a week. I'm most certainly now doing 10 to 15 hours a week. I should do 40. There's no doubt if I smash 40 hours of painting in a week, just like I do a business, I assuming I don't die in the next, year or two, I think I could actually go down as being an artist. Like, hey, this was a cat that actually was an artist, and people, the artists community valued his stuff, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I do. I really believe that. And so, what I would ask you guys to do is post a little comment in here. If you're on X, post a repost or a comment and say, yeah, I don't believe in the 10,000 hour rule, or you do believe in the 10,000 hour rule. By the way, 10,000 hours sounds like a lot, right? There's 8,760 hours an excavator. Thank you, Hitchlap. Your vocabulary is awesome. That's what. See, don't even need to use the word though, do we? Hitchlap. If we're willing to use all the tools and communication abilities, I didn't need to use a tool. You knew exactly what I was talking about. Thanks, bro. So where was I? I was talking about the 10,000 hours. There's 8,760 hours in a year. Okay, you're supposed to work at least 40 hours a week. That's 160 a month. 160 times 12 is 16, call it 18.4. Okay, the 18.4, no, 1,870-ish, right? So my point is, I work 40 hours a week. I probably put more energy and work and time into work than I do in my family. But if I were to take another 2 or 3 hours a day, even reading books, if you notice, there's a massive correlation between people who have a lot and their reading. It's really amazing. And the reading, the reason I'm bringing this up, I believe that reading is a really sophisticated way to find out who you are. I mean, think with that, right? Like everyone complains about, I want to know who I am. I need to know who I am. Why am I here? What is my purpose? Well, you can watch Netflix and you can get on X and Facebook. Might find your dream there, fishing in a really big, chaotic ocean. I submit that it would be better to go to a library and find out what part of you could be 4 years old, okay? You could be 4 or 40, have never walked into say a Barnes and Noble or a real library. What are you attracted to, man? Like literally just go in the library and go, oh, like one of those the things that's supposed to check out where the water is, the little the tuning fork. The theory that they can find water with this wishbone or something of a tree. Anyway, if I walk into a library and I look at historical architecture, probably not me. Okay, every time I look at a religion, dude, I just always go there. Religion, history, mystery, myth, Greek mythology. I find myself just pulled into that direction. Okay, just pulled into the direction. Maybe some guys go to the astronauts. Maybe some guys go to the military weapons, or people go to history or whatever. Stick your nose in a library, man. Okay, pick up a book. When I pick up the books, now I'm starting to go into, what have I done? And I am so sorry if I'm all over the place, but this is just the way I do everything. By walking in the library, if you believe that's probably a better Yes, I am manifesting crypto. That is exactly what I'm doing, dude. I'm manifesting in my brain. I'm talking it out loud. See, I'm gonna benefit massively from this. I mean, it's so clear to me. Like, literally, I would bet a trillion gazillion dollars that I will gain so much from this because what I am doing is literally sharing my guts on, I mean, not emotional, but I'm sharing really what happens for me. I'm talking it out, and I have never thought, nor ever said, nor ever heard the idea of, whoa, why wouldn't I walk into a library to determine where my interest is? Sorry. Um, I mean, what a cool hack, dude. You're a parent and you want to know what your kids are into or what they should be into, or you want to push them into your deal. I hate pushing my kids into whatever I'm doing. Like, do whatever you want to do. Wouldn't it be cool? Hey kids, just let loose, go over there and do it every week. Hey, we read a book, you buy a book, you read the book, and then we come back to the library. And I think you will find that it would be very, very, very difficult for a human being, child or otherwise, to walk into a library and continue to acquire books and read them in areas that they have no interest in. Ain't gonna happen. In fact, I don't even think you'd need to direct them. You just, hey, you guys have fun for the next hour. Do whatever you want to do, man. Why hasn't anyone ever suggested that to anyone before? Can you please? That is a freaking great idea, right? It's so simple. Um, and so the dowsing rod, yeah. So this would be like a dowsing rod. Now you know you're at least in the field of information, and let the person go there. So I would encourage all you guys walk into a library, man, this week. Okay, it's going to be quiet, Christmas. Walk into a bloody library and pick up a book. Um, I read a lot, and what I've done recently because of technology and the way I talk to myself and suggest that I don't have the time is I've been cheating, not cheating, but uh, I'll read lots of information on electronic bulletins, TV screens. There's something. I'm going to bring two books with me to Aspen. There's something about holding something for me. I cannot tell you. It's more like I grab it better, right? Now, having said that, the technology is so cool today. Information delivered visually for me is really, really awesome. However, I still like holding a book. I really and making annotations and notes. I had no idea that our little discussion this morning on manifestation was going to head here. Not even sure how we got here. Um, but I would encourage you guys to pop into the library with a clean sheet. Pretend like you have never been in a library, and just give yourself permission to go wherever you're drawn to go to. Oh, here's another little. If you want to like start messing with and now maybe I know why I'm doing this. If you want to mess with your head and you want to challenge, you don't believe me. You say, nah, man, that's a little airy fairy. Um, I would encourage you to, you know, pick up a book. Of course, you read like there's no way I'm going to read a book on uh, auto mechanics. Okay, I I know. Again, let's go back to what I believe is that, and the schools don't ever teach us this. Please make certain what it is that you are not going to be. Make certain you know that you are the whole area that you have no interest in, no passion for, you're not drawn toward it. I'm not going to be a doctor. Uh, I'm not going to be a surgeon. Um, I'm not going to be a rocket scientist. Remove all those things. There's no sense in me going to look at rockets, right? Now I may go look at military weapons or aircraft. I may have some interest there. Uh, you guys see what I'm saying? Is the point here is that by going into that library and then as you walk in the door, you just go, let's pretend like I don't even know who I am. Give yourself permission to walk into that bloody place in a very new unit of time and everything, and just give yourself permission to go wherever. Grab that area. Maybe there's an area there that you need to be looking at, but you've never really thought of it. And this is why I think that getting rid of the stuff you're not going to talk about or not study or not be interested in, the things just naturally remove all those things. It makes it easier for me to see. For instance, when I go fishing, I don't even pay attention to where the land is or where there's super deep water and like I just don't even pay attention. I look at a body of water that hopefully has a better chance of having fish in it than the entire ocean and everything that surrounds that water, right? And I think people do this all the time. Now, does this sound like I'm bouncing all over the place? I'm sure it does. However, we started with, um, hey, does this manifestation stuff work? What is it? How do I do it? And how do I discover what it is I'm supposed to be manifesting? See, I think that's now for me, and I suspect for you also. Uh, I suspect that areas, at least for me, but areas that are scary for me, like doing this, I have a lot of reticence to do this. I feel like I'm very similar to the painting. Um, every time I walk into this paint room, which is really a cool area, it literally, I feel like I'm walking at 8,000 feet. I've said this before. It's literally 100 feet and maybe less. But and even going through the door, I know if I turn the corner, I'll keep going through that door, but it's a lot of work, man. Once I'm there, I don't even know that I had any pressure. It's like I'm on the other side of some kind of weird vacuum. Now, it's not all heavy. This is not heavy feelings, right? But I just noticed, oh, wow, I'm really, really not wanting to go into that room today. And this is every day, by the way. Every time I do it, every time I go into it, I walk out glad that I was there. The reason I'm bringing this up is just because you manifest something, just because you are drawn to something, just because you're naturally great at something. How many of you have known that 15-year-old that was the super athlete, the basketball player, the baseball player, dude? He was a straight A student. And 8 years later, he's working at State Farm and he's fucking drinking every day. And he could have been anything and he's not. Like, I can't explain that, okay? It's really sad. Clearly, there was something going on there that other people didn't know about, I suggest. But I don't want to do that, dude. I want to figure out what the hell am I here for? I know I have unique skills. I've not ever met anyone, if they get out of their own damn way. I mean, I know somebody that's such a genius and they just cannot get out of their own way. I mean, it's so sad to watch. It's impossible to help them. You know why it's impossible to help them? They will not admit to anyone how disturbed they are on a regular basis. They're so busy keeping themselves looking like they're doing it while panicking like a crazy person, like the duck. You see that a swan chilling out on the water, and underneath it, he's hammering, man. So I'm most certain that I have skills, certain skills, and you know what? I have a damn obligation to find them. I have an obligation to find them. I have an obligation to make them available to other people if they're available for other people or they're necessary or needed, instead of me sitting around being a little scaredy cat. Like, why did I come here? Look, we're getting already. Think about this, okay? Who was it that said, Hitchslap will know this? Who was it that said, was it Albert Einstein that the greatest thing a man can do is imagine? The greatest thing we can do is imagine. Artificial intelligence is getting ready to remove slavery from us, slavery of doing stupid shit. When you have the ability that no other organism we know of has, which is to imagine, that Albert Einstein said was the greatest asset of a human. What does that mean about manifestation then? What does that mean about receiving information from some other source so that you're really fully tapped into your genius code, right? Well, this gift. Fibaswami's in here in the room, and he's really, picking up on this 10,000 hours, and then the natural talent. Let me tell you something, okay? Tom Brady, you know where I'm going with this. Mike Tyson, Joe Namath. Do we have any? Give me every great. Larry Bird. They laughed at Larry Bird. Okay, Larry Bird could go on a basketball court in his freaking suit shoes and play against an entire team of people with tennis shoes and all their gear. He wouldn't even take off his freaking jean jacket. You know what? He practiced, okay, every day, dude. And when he wasn't practicing and he was at school, he was thinking of drills. And then we have, I don't know, maybe 150 million people that go to work every day. They go to work on Monday to prepare for what they're going to do on Tuesday, and they wonder why they're in the middle or at the bottom, dude. You can't prepare for your career and profession on a Monday morning on the clock. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the game didn't stop. You being a champion. Oh, so you're not an NFL superstar. You're not an NBA superstar. You're not a professional gambler. Let's see, you're not super rich. You don't own a large corporation. You haven't written 37 books. No one ever accuses you of being OCDC or whatever these terms are, right? Overachiever or an ego freak. No one ever accuses you. In fact, no one ever notices. Now, G-Banger down there is saying Gary should stop. What was it? Should stop embarrassing people, or I've lost it. There's so many comments here. I'm not calling any one human being out. And by the way, I suffer from everything I might say you. I spend a lot of time saying me. Okay. I am talking about the person out there, G-Banger. Gary should stop mocking people's struggles. Fuck it. Dude, I am not mocking it. I'm embracing the reality that humans go through every moment of every day. And if the struggle is there, maybe instead of actually pretending like the struggle is not there, maybe we should start talking about the struggle. And in fact, not talking about it in a victim-y way, but actually, how the hell did I get here? And how the hell am I going to get the hell out of here and get to where I'm supposed to be? Which is at least what, hey, look, I'm not making enough contribution. The point I'm trying to make is the reason I don't want to do the painting, the reason I don't want to do the 2 hours, the reason I'm lazy, the reason I don't read another 2 books a week. Do you know how smart I would be if I read another 2 books a week? And by smart, I mean rich, man. Rich with information. So G, whatever your name is, sir, it's G Banger. It is irritating to me, okay? It is, you're missing my point. Now, I don't know who spoke to you in a way that mocked you, or maybe you mock other people, but I'm not mocking anyone, dude. I'm embracing the difficulty of being a human being fully. Why would I? There isn't anyone here. Well, there'll be 1 or 2%. 1.5% of the population is absolutely psychotic. They have no interest in anything good. They're going to hate me. So cool. There's 2,000 people in here, and 40 people are going to bounce all over me. They're crazy, man. They don't want me to do this. Their manifestation is that they destroy anything that's threatening to them. And one of the things that psychopaths do not like, by the way, this G Banger, this is not directed toward you. Now I'm finding myself very sensitive around you. Um, but what I wanted to say was there's 40 people in this room. Guarantee there's 40 people that hate me right now. They don't like the word manifestation. They don't like the word creation. And they most certainly don't like a guy like me being really, really, really honest. They'll be saying, wow, he's really weak, man. He's airy fairy. He's new ager. As soon as there's criticism, as soon as I have criticism in my universe and I'm banging on you, I know there's something wrong with me. Okay. I know that if I can spot it, dude, there's something in me I need to look at. So I'm actually going to disagree with you, Mr. Banger. I am not mocking anyone. If it's too rough for you, there are 1,000 other rooms that'll skirt around the truth, dude. Help yourself. And I do care about you, okay? But there will be tens of thousands of people that have your viewpoint. And that's sad. And now you're going to say this was about another event in crypto. And I will tell you once again, I am just being, the truth is I go in these crypto rooms, guys. I am exactly the same person I am here. Okay. Like you can watch it, you can record it. Am I going to make some mistakes? Are you going to misunderstand me? I am exactly the same human being. I refuse to be a different human being on a camera, in front of my children, in front of other people. I'm not going to hide behind the door to go smoke a cigarette. I'm not going to lie to my daughters that I'm weak. Okay. No, I'm not going to do that shit, dude. This is who I am, and I'm trying to be better. And the more I talk about becoming who I am, which has nothing to do with money, has nothing to do with success, has nothing to do with big houses and places. It's bullshit, dude. Okay. Like I'm getting on a plane, I'm going to Aspen. I'm spending stupid amounts of money. Like I have a great life, but I'm no more jacked up about going on. I could easily stay here for 5 days and not even go there and save myself a tremendous amount of money. But I'm giving my kids an experience, right? I'm giving my kid that's my job. And my job is to have a smiley face while I do it. And be on the journey 100%, not like, well, I'm on the journey, kind of, sort of, maybe. This is why I'm very surprised by how many people will spend so much time in these financial rooms I go into, and then they don't make a decision. Like part of manifesting, you have to get into action. Okay, you remember the box. You guys remember the box we talked about? If you start manifesting, I am a great teacher. Well, you take this box that you cannot open. It's a one-way ticket, dude. You take a note. I am a great teacher, and then you put the note in there, and then you open that up in 5 years. By the way, I encourage you to list any and every dream that you think you can accomplish in the next 10, 20, 30 years. Stick all those in there, and I will bet you that you grossly underestimated what you were able to do. I've never met anyone that's done this exercise that didn't open the package up 10 years later and go, wow, I wanted to be city councilman after I got sober and, just didn't want to go to jail. And then they're governor. Unbelievable, dude. Okay. So we are, and it makes sense too. Okay. And maybe I'm only talking to myself here. It makes sense. If I spend all my time watching TV and news and doing things that I don't even want to do, literally, they're on my list. I do not want to live this way for the rest of my life. Well, you took a job that you didn't want in the first place, or you got married to a girl or a boy that you didn't really dig, or you got married because somebody else wanted you to, or you went into that job. You're not following yourself, man. My dad was a dentist, so I'm a dentist. Well, that's awesome. Imagine, if you will, since we're talking about manifesting and imagination, imagine if you and I spent, what do we got? 8,760 hours. That's about 750 hours a month, give or take. You telling me we can't spend 750 hours? Why couldn't I spend 5 to 10% of that time manifesting? How much time of the 8,760 hours a year? Please write this down. Can you guys all write this down if you're available? How many hours of a year do you spend manifesting your life and your future? You. How many? If there's 8,760 hours a year, I'm going to encourage everyone actually to go beyond this. Write down how you spend your damn time. Actually, okay? Calculate how many hours you sleep. Okay, so we're going to do this one. We're going to do sleep. This is an assignment, okay? We're going to do this next week. This will be good. Sleep, reading, driving to work, working. You don't get paid to drive to work. Okay? I want to know how much time you're driving to work and coming back from work. Ain't nobody paying you. How many hours do you work? What else we got? Sleeping, reading, driving, working, playing, I guess, family, okay, and then manifesting. All right, everybody needs to do that. Look, if you come here and do these things, guys, and you're not going to do some of the work, most certainly, I'm going to be the only one that's vastly improved. It's cool. I'll do it. It's great for me, but I sleep about, I'd say 6 to 7 hours a night. I read 2 hours a week. I drive hardly anything unless it's absolutely necessary. My work is bizarre. I don't even know if I can tell you how. I rarely play. I spend as much time as I possibly can with my family, and the manifestation, I can honestly say that in my lifetime, I've been 66 years, 8,760 hours. Man, that is depressing, guys. I got to tell you, I'm probably at the very top of the food chain on doing this, and I'm depressed. 5,706, 578,000 hours I have been alive. I have spent no more than 2,000 hours manifesting, max. 2,000 hours. Wow, that's heavy, man. You know, you start looking at it like this, you're like, wow, no wonder we're all fucked up. That is 0.003 tenths of a percent. I'm a beast. Like, I'm a beast, okay? And I have spent less than 1% of my entire existence manifesting who I am and who I am going to be. Like, literally imagining my future, that every great scientist and futurist says we are capable of doing. There are measurements people are taking. It's not wacky science anymore. In fact, I don't even care about the science. I am the experiment, dude. I'm dumb as a bag of rocks. Okay. Like, I didn't have any privilege here. But this manifestation, I gave my 17-year-old daughter today. She asked for a bunch of books. I gave her every one of them. I think she asked for 36 books. I'm like, done, dude. Let's roll. And then I gave her some more. I gave her The Art of War, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And then when she's a little older, I'll give her a book called The Greatest Salesman in the World, which for me, greatest book I've ever read in my freaking life. The greatest book I've ever read in my life. And it has absolutely nothing to do with sales. Just so hilarious. And I don't know anybody that can finish the book. Most people just get crippled by it. This big. Okay? Crippled by it. It's a beast. If I went and reread that book right now, it would scare the hell out of me to read it. Not really, but you get my point. Yuki down there is asking me, what's my biggest regret? You know, be interesting to know if it sounds like I am in remorse or regret or something over this. I actually don't have very many regrets. Um, I mean, I do regret not going into the military for at least 3 or 4 years. And I do kind of regret not going to an Ivy League school because I would have known more people. But my journey would have been different. So I don't really regret that. I love my children. I regret spending time in marriages that never really satiated, satisfied me, or made me happy. That was, but I didn't want to be alone. So I settled for something. See, here's an area on the regret thing. I think Yuki, it's a great question. Um, I think that's why I'm doing this. Actually, I don't want one. I've made some mistakes that I did not need to make. Now I look at them now and go, hey, they weren't really mistakes because now I'm able to sit here and go, hey, first off, I went through a very brutal incident that I don't really go into great detail on over the last 5 or 6 years. But the thing that was the most important thing to me was that I would not become a bitter man. And I'm not a bitter man, dude. I like all people. Um, I could have easily gotten bitter. Now I can be a little, I can be freaking. I'm definitely not a lay down, and I may be aggressive uh, when I'm when someone's trying to threaten me, but most certainly I don't want to be a bitter man. So I don't really look at my life as, oh, I had that regret. Today, I have this sense of, oh shit, I think I've wasted a lot of time. I mean, let's get back to these hours, right? I'm literally telling you, maybe this is the answer. Hey, why aren't we, you and I, allocating like some percentage of our time every week and every day and every year to manifestation? If we believe manifestation is more important than worrying about my problems, you guys, I got to tell you, when I'm down and depressed, and I get down and depressed, I get, overwhelmed, confused. Um, One, it's usually because I'm doing something I don't want to be doing. But two, I spent no time manifesting it. I spent no time manifesting something different. And then I sit there and I spin on it. Oh, she's an ass. She's an ass. Who cares, dude? Quit talking about it. The more you talk about it, the more time you spend on your problem, the less time you're going to have in manifesting. You're literally looking at the problem constantly. Oh, wow. Look at this problem. Like it's a Disney movie with Tom Hanks in it, which is disturbing. So instead of, and I hear people trapped, these people, some of them are here right now. Okay. Like if you're trapped in this, you can't get out of the vortex. You can't get out of the hate, the bitterness, the anger, the disappointment, the fear, I got it. It's hard to get out of it, but you have to start at least looking to tomorrow, the next day, and saying, hey, what looks good? Oh, I am free, right? I'm going to be free. Cool. Now bring it into real time. I am free. So you've been abused, battered, divorced, whatever. Oh, he's a bad guy. Okay, got it. Now, what am I creating? So the point I'm trying to make is I think we spend a lot more time imagining what is happening to us in today. Imagining, by the way, imagining does not mean that it's real. It's just you think it's happening. And the more you imagine it's happening, guess what, dude? The more it's happening because you're drawing the shit in. Okay. I have to immediately get out there. Okay. Where do I want to be, man? I want to be I don't ever want to regret not doing everything I could to be a good father. Period. 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 There is I don't care about the money. I care about, am I a good father? Did I give my children, they don't have to like me, by the way. Did I give my children what they needed? Right. And I got a year and a half, dude. I'm done. I'm pretty much done. There's no way I cannot live with myself to think I was a bad father under no circumstance. I don't care how bad it was. I can't be a bad dad. So I don't know how to be a good dad. I am a good dad. See, I start manifesting the very opposite of thing that I'm terrified to do. Tell you what, somebody asked me once in a it was a real heavy duty weekend training program. And the exercise, what is your deepest fear? It was intense. You start asking yourself what that is. It's okay. And there's something there. Why would Bob have one deep fear and then I have a totally different one? There's something there to play around with. Probably want to do it under the instruction of somebody that knows what they're doing. Ask the right questions. So manifestation, right? I believe in manifestation. Okay. Now the question is, do we know what it is? Okay. And I put a few little things together, made some comments, just want to go over a few things to level set us. And then we'll probably close out in about 20 minutes. So again, this is about manifesting the future. Okay. And this is not a new, like, this isn't a Gary New Age thing. It's hilarious when I hear people, oh, New Age church, right? It's like, yeah, Hinduism spoke of this, how many thousands of years ago? Buddhism, I mean, karma. Karma suggests that one's thoughts and actions influence future outcomes. It's something called sankalpa, intention. And that is key. Okay, what is my intention? And this is why I love the story of the going into the library, or even go into a bunch of sports fields and see where your kids naturally, tend toward. Buddhism highlights mindfulness and the principle that the mind creates reality, suggesting that what we focus on shapes the very experiences we have. There's something called the principle of mentalism from Kabbalion, states the all is mine. The all is mine, meaning the reality is a mental construct and can be influenced by thought. Reality is a mental construct that can be influenced, and I believe is influenced by thought and imagination. What Einstein said was our greatest gift. Think about it. I haven't used the word meditation. Okay. Like the meditation part for me, when I get pitched, I have meditated for years before, and I don't now. I should. Well, I probably do meditate, but I need to manifest. That's what I need to do. Okay. I need to manifest. I need to take the time to control my thinking and give myself permission proactively to imagine who I am, like discover who I am, not just sit there and like actively pursue, hey, dude, this is who I am. I'm writing the Gary Cardone, this is who I am. And if I'm only spending 0.003% of my time doing that, okay, let's call it 1%. Wow, I spent a whole 5,781 hours of my entire life manifesting who I'm going to be. I spent more time than that in grade school. And by the way, they never did any of this. Okay, they should do 1 hour a day, 30 minutes a day on manifesting in a bloody school. Not one person ever asked me to do an exercise. Gary, write down I am and fill in the blank. Not one person. Not one person, not one shrink, not one teacher, not one counselor, no one. Not one person that I spent, $5,000 with doing psychological testing. Gary's business should be blah, blah. Gary's skills are all these crap. Guy told me, hey, you should be a salesman. Last thing I wanted to do was be a salesman. Okay. Literally, that's what the test said. You go be a salesman. I'm like, I should have spent 40 hours with Anthony Robbins or Tony Robbins or somebody that knows anything about communication. By the way, first of the year, just thought of this. See, this is why I have to do this, because I will never accomplish this by myself. I have to have terminals. See, I think you guys are driving monster energy to me, dude. I do. I think there's something really magical happening here because, one, I haven't even been looking at the screen. It's 3,000 people in here. And 2 hours ago, I was like, I'd really like to just cancel this thing and get on a nice plane and get the hell out of here. Now I'm sitting here going, wow, communication. We are in January, the second week of January. I think we will do a session on the formula for communication. It is outrageous that not one human being on this panel, 2,900 people, No, there is a formula for communication. More importantly, nobody here could show me what the formula is. There's a formula for communicating properly, man. Okay. We're going to go over that. I studied this in a, that's a whole different story, but I learned this and I think it's fascinating. I never thought about the idea that you could literally have, well, in fact, everything we do has a formula, right? There is some right and perfect way to do everything, but I have to understand how the electrons are moving. This is what got me to say this. Okay. I am receiving something from you people, dude. Is that possible? Because I feel terribly different now than I did an hour and a half ago when I wanted to walk outside and blow out of here. And I need another cup of coffee. I don't really want to do this. I'm trying to travel. Yet now, I feel like you guys are sending me Adderall, jacked up, man. You know why? Because I'm getting clarity, man. See, this is what I do, right? I start making. I keep one of these every Sunday. I know you can't really see or read it, but I start making notes and it starts becoming so clear to me that why the hell are we spending no time manifesting? Look, it's completely blank. Yet if I look here, all the time I spend sleeping, hanging out in bars with women that I'm never going to hang out with very long. I know I'm the only one that's ever done it. Or having drinks with people that they're not bettering my life, or sitting on a space listening to somebody talk about some bullshit that I've already heard 37 times and that they've heard 37 times. So for me, this is pretty awesome. I am most certain I am picking up energy from you people. Now, how could that possibly be, right? Now, I would hope to see like 1,000 or 2,000 people just walk out of the room right now. I'm telling you, I'm picking up energy across the internet, and it's not like it's real human energy. Okay, it's real love. It's love, actually. That's what it is. Okay, it's value. It's love. It's hope. Maybe hope. Maybe hope. Most certainly, it's negative. And what I've learned from this is, wow, man, I need to allocate like 10 or 15 minutes at least. Now, listen to me. Oh, I need to dedicate 10 minutes a day to imagining my future. It's so much work. It's only the fucking treasure of all treasures, Gary. Dude, what's wrong with me? Right? And when I say what's wrong with me, I'm actually going, we are messed up, because I know you do this too. Okay, I absolutely know you do. I mean, maybe there's 1 or 2% of you guys that are perfect, but I am most certain that I have the capacity to manifest unbelievable futures, yet I don't spend very much time manifesting unbelievable futures. Can you explain that? Huh? Can you guys explain why we're so atrophied, lazy, misguided, misdirected? We must be little rats that we can't even focus on the future because we're sitting here going, hey, look at that. Hey, look at that. Let me go get some of that cheese. Oh, there's some cheese over here at Netflix that's really free. And look at the Mars bars over there. They've come down in price. And let me drive over there to Walmart so I can save 18 cents. Dude, drop it on my front door, okay? I don't need to go shopping for any of this shit. It's all made in the same place. I don't need to go in the car. What a waste of energy, time. There used to be a time when you and I would hook up in the hook up. I don't mean hook up, but we go into Home Depot. Hey, Bob. Hey, Prometheus. What's happening? What's happening? Let's grab a cup of coffee. That shit doesn't happen anymore. Barely happens in church. It could happen in this church, though. Freaky, man. Who would have freaking thought? Guys, I want to tell you that I am so glad I did this today, December the 22nd, 3 days before Christmas. I want to wish everyone a very, very Merry Christmas. I'm manifesting for you that, you know what? I'm actually manifesting for you and this whole church. There's going to be some monster leaders coming out of this church. There's going to be some people who have been maybe not encouraged enough or around the right people. And bros, girls, there is no reason you're not all leading the show, okay? I mean, all we have to do is look around. It's not a competition. Like literally, like no one's going to do this any better than I or you. There isn't anyone else that's going to save us. We're it. We are it, okay? You have the Nancy Pelosi's of the world that are doing this. I manifest that I am the greatest princess in the history of mankind at any expense to all humans. Or Fauci, or Gates. I want to own everything. Or Soros, or whoever these crazy fucking people are. They're crazy, man. But they're manifesting more than you and me, dude. They are manifesting. Hey, if you think it's as dark as you think it is, you guys go, hey, they're into rituals and secrecy. You better really seriously wake up to this, okay? Because they, at a group level, are manifesting. And you and I are spending 0.003. By the way, my number will be higher than everyone's here. And I'm at 0.003. I've been doing this since I was 25 years old. I guarantee you, I have spent more money, time, and energy on manifestation and future projections of my universe than 99.5% of the people here. So that means we're all sub 0.003. And we have the Nancy Pelosi's of the world, fucking creatures, man. They're doing it in a group, dude. Okay? Look, my manifestation can't be good and right. You can't sit here and agree with it and then look at these people and go, yeah, but it ain't going to work for them, man. Oh, yeah, most certainly work. It will. And they're doing it in a group with ritualistic binders and a lot of spooky shit. So I don't really like to come at it from an angle of, well, I'm scared of the other group. I'm just trying to put it out there. I get to decide where I am in this battle for knowledge, wisdom, and truth. And I'm going to say something that I have believed my whole life, but I've been a little bit like, okay, I'm not going to shove it up everybody's face. But the every day that I exist on this planet, so we have, I think I'm trying to be a pretty good human being, okay? Like, I think on the spectrum of things, if this is perfection, I'm trying, dude. And then there's this Nancy Pelosi spectrum, right? Way over here, evil. They're manifesting collectively to harm you. This is my point, okay? If you're here, you are my enemy, man. You are actually the friend of this group over here because you're not doing anything to negate their power. This very small individual group, usually not a community, this group, dude, they're doing this on scale. Okay, they got their rituals, they got their whole deal, and we're doing it individually, not very often, not concentrated. Don't have the goals like they do. See, they have the bone, man. They're salivating. Their bone is trillions of dollars in power and control. You and I are going after something that's a little less easy to define. I'm going for freedom. I'm going for, I'm going to help somebody on this space, and I'm never, ever going to know about it. I am. I know already I have helped people on this space, and I will never, ever know about it. There's going to be somebody that pops out of this and goes, hey, you know what? I can do more. I can do a lot here. Okay. I think you can do a lot. Most certainly we can all do a lot, because if I'm only doing it 0.003, maybe you're even doing it 3 times as much as me. You still ain't doing it enough. And doing it enough and doing it right. I mean, if you're getting what you want, you're doing it right. And I'd love to have you come up here sometime and tell me, oh, wow, I did this and this happened. And I continue to repeat it over and over. Most people don't repeat it over and over because it does require focus. It does require, and it requires work. It requires me to determine who I am not. I am not my twin brother. Okay. Like, people actually, like, they think we're the same. I'm like, there's not anything close to us being the same. We think completely different. Our agendas and motivations in life. I have no interest in building an empire. Fucking empire. Sounds like so many headaches and so much ego. Like, for me, it's just like terrifying. Dude, I want to have 1,000 friends. I want to have 1,000 people I can go, yo, what's up, man? I need a little help. I got a problem over here. Can you go punch that guy in the face for me? That for me is, you know, having really rich, valuable experiences and communication and sharing something mutual, I think has been valuable for me. It's been rare. It's been rare, but it hasn't been, well, it's been rare. And every time I've ever had it, man, it's been beautiful. And look, when I say, look, this is just about what people want. And I talk about, we were just talking about my brother. I'm like, it's clear to me Grant has always wanted this. And I love that he wants it. It's his deal, but it's his deal. It's not my deal. And it takes a different, I think the reason I bring that up is because it's easy for me to get, to compare. I think maybe that's it. It's easy for me to start comparing and go, oh, okay, I should do that. Or, oh no, I will never do that. Like, I was never going to come on social media. I didn't like it. I saw the shit my brother got. I'm like, I ain't doing that, dude. But my purpose for doing it wasn't right. Like, I wasn't interested in selling it. It's his business. It's cool. I mean, he wouldn't have had a business if he hadn't done this. For me, I find it to be a really interesting educational space. I most certainly have learned so much about myself. Just seven of these little sessions, man. I feel like I'm going on, and it's getting long in the tooth. I want to say a few things to some of the comments. And Darius Payne, my man, you're very kind. Thank you very much. Kills me when people do that on YouTube, because $3.39 or 99 cents went to Google. It seems pretty unfair that a company that size could do that. Visa and MasterCard did that. Visa and MasterCard, by the way, they charge 3.5%. Total monopoly. Okay. You want to talk about bad. This is 33%. Darius, thank you so much, bro. We're going to set you up for you guys that want to do this. And look at Grant Cardone's in the room. For you guys that want to do this, I really would prefer you to send it to a wallet. And I do appreciate it. I do think this is the model of the future, where people are going to voluntarily give donations or their join subscriptions or whatever, and then there's no advertisers. Okay. Like I'm not going to do the advertising thing. People will either figure out, hey, this guy's got busy shit to do, and they're going to value it or they're not. But one thing I do know, we're going to see churches in spaces. We're going to see churches on Facebook, any social network that's not evil. We're going to have church, and we're also going to have school. School and churches are going to come back, and we're going to have a great education system. I, for one, everybody wants me to go into the government and work on crypto and energy, and I'm like, dude. I mean, I presented an idea on crypto. It's a monster idea. Whether they can address it or not, it's related to not the approach that they're taking right now. Wouldn't interfere with it at all. But the area that I would be most interested in is education. I would surrender everything I have and go into education if they gave me like a freaking ball and one of those things that smash everything. Within one session, okay, 1 6-month session. I think if I could just introduce one idea, the school system would change radically. Radically. You'd find all the teachers that were total wankers. You'll discover who they are really fast. And it's literally around having every child discover who they are. It's a whole class. Hey, it's the I am class. I mean, dude, can anyone disagree that that would be the most awesome use of funding for any school? I mean, think about it. Guy becomes a PhD. He's totally desperate. Never did the IM. You wonder why he walks into a 7-Eleven and blows somebody's face off. He doesn't know who he is, man. He's doing something that he does. Like, God, we would save so many problems. So many problems. Okay, all these comments, Tim. I'll sit here and chat all day long. Aries, thank you for being here, buddy. Appreciate it. Aries77. Grant Cardone says, yeah, there you go. Grant takes, I am high ego too, by the way. Okay. Takes ego to go through your fear. Okay? Grant Cardone, he has had as much fear as any human being in this room. And will continue to have it. And ain't going away. Never has gone away for me. Happy to have Grant up sometime and he can talk about it. But if you don't have an ego, a healthy ego, maybe his is high. I don't know. But I need an ego enough to get me through my fear and also strong enough that I can fight another. I'm usually fighting myself. That is the truth, okay? If you haven't figured out what I'm really saying, I think we're fighting ourselves. That is the enemy. Let's see. Stacy Lewis, I only want one special friend. I agree with you, Stacy. However, for me, that's awesome. That's like a spiritual connection. I love having lots of really good, trustworthy allies, friends, associates. Okay. Having 1,000 friends, of course, not possible, but I think you get my point. Is my brother trashing me or supporting me? I can't tell. I'm so sorry there, buddy. I'm a bad communicator, evidently, but I'm not trashing you. No chance. I'm just saying that I wouldn't want your life because I'm not you. It's very consistent, dude. Wouldn't want what's the guy's name? Bezos. Bezos, $600 million on his second wedding. See, for me, I think that's obnoxious. Okay. If I ever do something that stupid, somebody needs to really confront me, okay? It's seriously, okay? I think brothers can be assholes because sibling rivalries type of activities. Yeah. I'm making my purpose public and manifesting it public. See, Grant believes everything, absolutely everything I'm saying Grant will buy into. Weird that he and I both have this. And by the way, it's kind of hard to defy that both of us believe in it. Both of us do it. Maybe he does it more than me. Maybe I do it more than him. But most certainly, it is the only thing that could possibly explain the outcome of his life and the outcome of mine. Dark Side of the Moon. This is a good buddy of mine. I think he's going to be coming to my event in February. I am manifesting by sharing my love for Bitcoin with the world. Dude, you know what? I love that you're manifesting that because you came into my life because of Bitcoin, and I've learned from you, and I like being in rooms with you. You're a good guy, so really value you. Crypto built being in Christ is a high order mystical wisdom. Beautiful, man. Google is bad as casino bookies. Yeah. Prometheus says that allows massive manifestation. Yes. Listen to this. Here's JD. JD, I don't think I know JD, but I love seeing all of us together, regardless of our crypto holdings. We are all manifesting freedom and love. And listen, for all you guys that have gotten upset with me on your crypto bags and you think I'm smashing you, okay? Even the Richard Hart guys. Dude, I want you guys to make a shitload of money, okay? Seriously. I wish you nothing but extreme wealth. I don't think that some of those protocols are going to get you there. It wouldn't be how I would do it. And I'm not going to start lying to you today. So if you're sensitive and you're upset over your investment holding, first off, I don't know why you get emotionally attached to an investment. Secondly, I don't know why you're getting emotionally disturbed by me saying, I don't like X. I don't like Jesus Christ type of religions where there's only one guy and he's the kingmaker and I do something like sacrifice. Dude, I ain't doing that anymore. Okay, so you guys can do it. You can buy XRP, whatever. Okay, but I am here to share my experience with people. And if you want to buy the other stuff, I hope you get so rich, man. Take me to Las Vegas on your private plane. I want to hang, dude. I want to play with you. I want to manifest the way you do. If you can pull that thing out of the hat, get after it, dog. I got to get on your train with you. The IM class will be my favorite time in teacher. Dude, like, really, I think I could build a school around that one thing. Communication and thinking skills are key to success. Norman Nash, thank you, Norman. Good to have you here again. I am going to do a show on intention and a show on communication. I think those are really, really, really important. We'll do those in January. And any subjects that you guys would like to hear or discuss, and also maybe a format. If you guys are not digging this format, then let's tell me what kind of format you want. See, we got LinkedIn user quality in the quantity. Oh wow, the LinkedIn people are showing up now. Isn't that interesting? I've not seen that before. Grant Cardone, let's see. Grant Cardone says Christ is a master practitioner and an awesome communicator. What a leader, huh? Roberto, Gary, good morning. Good idea to put, I don't know what that means. Anyway, guys, I want to say thank you. Thank you for everyone being here. You have 2 or 3 jobs. First off, you're going to calculate before the end of the day. Might as well do it right now, okay? It's going to take you like no time at all. Before 12 p.m., before noon, I need you to write down how much time, calculate how much time you're manifesting your life. Okay, and this isn't you driving down the road. at 80 miles an hour, making a note. This is you doing it right now. This is how much time I take every day. I take 10 seconds, congratulate myself for being a good human being. Okay. Or 10 hours. If you're spending 10 hours, that's too much. It doesn't take 10 hours. This is very fast stuff. Calculate how much time you're manifesting. Calculate how much time you sleep, read, drink, drive, play, focus on family, and focus on manifestation. I think it's a very, very good exercise. Then consider how old you are. Then consider how much time you weren't disciplined in manifesting over those years. And then figure out what low percentage of manifestation that you proactively, actively engaged in. And then thank Jesus, God, Allah, Mala, and Bala that you even have the life that you have. Because, like, I mean, it's amazing. So much negativity. We're spending little time on positivity. No fertilizer, no water, no education. We're not reading good materials. Okay. Go into a library this week and try the exercise on yourself about, hey, let me just walk into the library and see where I'm pulled. And then the last thing you got to do is you got to be nice to somebody today, okay? And you have to do it in a way that no one else knows you're doing it. It's top secret. And the other person knows, hey, somebody went out of their way for me today. 3,000 people, 3,600 people in a room, 3,600 people do something magically, wonderfully nice for another human being. They know it, you know it, nobody else knows it. See, I don't want to know. Actually, I think me knowing that I'm helping people sometimes it messes it up. So I think ego gets involved, and like I am certain someone here is getting help. Most certainly me. But there's going to be somebody that walks away and goes, I'm going to clock my life, dude. I'm going to rock. There's going to be a lady or a guy on here going, I'm fucking done with being mediocre. Remember the 1%? You know, somebody told me once, and I will end with this, I promise. Somebody told me once, they said, we were talking about Bitcoin. And the guy said, hey, there's just no utility. There's no this, there's no that. And then they asked me what my opinion was. And he said, I will never forget what you said. You said, hey, let's be real clear. This is the population of people on planet Earth. This is the 1%ers. Okay. This represents the 1%, basically wealth, right? This is the very end of the right, poor, super rich, right? So I am here. Okay. You know why I like Bitcoin? I want to make sure I stay here. Okay. Now I'm here because I've been working 40, 50 years, but I am here, dude. I most certainly want to stay here. I want you guys. If you're here, dude, you can leapfrog now. Okay. Now, why am I bringing all this up? If you believe that in Bitcoin terms, I believe it in imagination. What I want you guys to do is start like manifesting. Manifest with me. Nancy Pelosi's doing it with her team. Man, do this manifestation. If you've only spent 1/10 of 1% of your entire life mastering yourself, how much better can you be if you just add another 100 basis points to that? Guys, I'm going to go spank both of my daughters for being naughty. The dogs are barking. I'm going to slap them around, beat them up. Then I'm going to tell them to go manifest being better daughters. Then I'm going to get them on a plane. We're going to fly to Aspen. And by tomorrow morning, I'll be skiing. Hopefully, I don't break my neck, my face, my arm, and my spine. So you guys manifest that I'm doing okay. See, already I'm manifesting. It's going to be tough. I've been like, man, skiing, my daughter's starting to get tough, dude. They ski so fast. So hopefully I'll make it. You guys do great. Love each and every one of you. Make your intention please make your intention to make this world an awesome place. Like, I think if we all do this together, we can make radical transformations. Have a great day. Be nice to somebody. Enjoy your life. Thank you very much. Girls!